Since Democrats seem to struggle answering this question, I wanted to ask you, what is a woman and why is it important that we understand the difference between men and women?
Well, it's sort of easy to answer for me because a woman is somebody that can have a baby under certain circumstances. She has a quality.
A visibly confused Donald Trump glitched out more than once at a disastrous public event in which his former personal attorney, the woefully unqualified Alina Habba, was sworn in as the official U.S. attorney for New Jersey. Graft and corruption in real time, and Donald Trump was basically incoherent. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends, much has been made over the years of President Biden's mental fitness, but as I pointed out during the election, if you want to call into question the president's mental acuity, fair enough. We need to have a smart, mentally fit chief executive, no matter who it is, which means you should also apply the standard to Donald Trump. And that standard is not looking good. Donald Trump doesn't seem to be meeting it, and we're going to play some clips which unpack that.
And we hope this court system that's become so active all of a sudden in trying to protect some very, very bad people of crime, they have to stop. They have to let us do the job. We were elected to do the job. They shouldn't be interfering in that. It's a very sad thing that's going on. Nobody can even believe it.
It's amazing when you're standing next to Alina Habba and you're still the dumber person, right? I mean, she's just a train wreck, as has been covered by so many people. Not so much on this channel. Perhaps we should, but she's, yeah, just as far as Trump's attorneys are concerned, I mean, she's like up there with Rudy Giuliani in terms of incompetence. And yet, she's still smarter than Donald Trump. You know, people of crime. It's like, he was like, okay, criminals, people of color, because of course he associates people of color with criminals, he couldn't just find the word. And then he's probably going to come out in 2 days and say, you know, the word criminal, it's an old word. It's like groceries and how I invented the word groceries. I basically brought back the word criminal, or people of crime. He's just glitching out in real time. Dumbass, you were talking about criminals. That's the word you were looking for. But again, his lexicon, his vocabulary are just shrinking with each passing day. So here is, speaking of glitches, before we see the next one from Trump, here is the official swearing in of Alina Habba. I think it's by Attorney General Pam Bondi. I'm just seeing the back of her head. And it actually glitches out on Fox News, which could be ominous or portentous.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any...
It's real. It's a thing.
All right, so you probably noticed our feed there take a couple of hits. This is coming to us live out of the White House, and the feed by which we're getting it has taken a couple hits. This
seems to be recurring a lot here lately, but it just, I prefer to interpret it that this is such an obviously unqualified candidate that even the gods of the internet are like, we can't show this. We can't show this. We can't broadcast it. So, of course, Trump takes questions at the ceremony as well, and he doesn't answer them particularly well.
Canada's prime minister says that they will be implementing retaliatory tariffs. You said if that were to happen, that you would be responding with large-scale tariffs. Will you be following through with that promise?
Well, absolutely, but we had a very good conversation. Mark called me today at 10 o'clock. We put out a statement. We had a very, very good talk. He's going through an election now, and we'll see what happens. But we have Liberation Day, as you know, on April 2nd, because, and I'm not referring to Canada, but many countries have taken advantage of us. The likes.
He's not referring. Canada hasn't been taking advantage of us. Bro, this is what I'm saying. He's so incomprehensibly stupid and incomprehensibly inconsistent. Bro, you have been wailing and railing in public. Canada's been taking advantage of us. They've been screwing us over. Even though you were the one who inked the most recent trade deal with them back in 2020. It was your damn deal, and you were hoping we'd forget about it because maybe you forgot about it in your lies about this. And now he's saying, well, I'm not referring to Canada, but other people have screwed us over. What? And where are the reporters on this? Wait, you've been referring here, and here, all those times that Canada has purportedly screwed us over. Now you're saying they didn't screw us over? Are you lying or dumb or Like, is your brain, necrotizing in real time? Like, what's going on here? Here's another clip.
You and your team apprehended a top 3 leader in the violent gang MS-13 yesterday, just 30 minutes outside of Washington, D.C. What has made you and your team so effective in finding, locating, apprehending, and deporting these violent, illegal migrants?
I love this guy. I wish more people would ask questions like that, but thank you. That's very nice.
He doesn't even answer the question. That's my favorite part. Wait a minute. It's so funny. He's like, yeah, thank you. All right. Well, this really wasn't a question. It was basically just a fluff piece. And here's the thing. Yeah, people laugh about it, and I understand, like, almost like a laugh of total surprise, of disbelief. You know how you can watch something like really bad happen in real time, and it's like darkly fun. I can't believe it just happened. People shouldn't be laughing at that. The press shouldn't be laughing at that. I guarantee you that they would not be laughing about that if somebody had asked a question to a Biden administration official or President Obama or President Biden that way. But this is who Caroline Leavitt and Stephen Chung at the White House, the communications department of the White House, these are the people that they're letting. Mr. President, why are you just so amazing? Why? I've heard, Mr. President, that you are the most talented lover in the history of lovers. What is your secret of your Herculean divine sexual prowess? What is it, Mr. President? Like, that's the next question that's coming. Like, what a freaking joke. But wait, there's more.
You asked Representative Stefanik to stay in her seat. Can you explain your reason for that? And did it have anything to do with the tight polling in the Florida district that former Representative Waltz held?
I think we had, as you know, we have a few elections going on. And she is phenomenal, number one. She's a friend of mine, and she was going to go to the United Nations. And I said, look, there's a lot of room for doing that or something else. But she's very popular in her district, and I didn't want to take a chance. I don't even know who else is running. I assume somebody else would have been running. But if she runs, she can't be. You never want to say can't be beaten, but I think can't be beaten. She's very, very well-liked and very smart. And I said, Lise, would you do me a favor? We cannot take a chance. We have a slim margin. We don't want to take any chances. We don't want to experiment. And she polls like I do. I won her district, as you know, by a lot of points.
So again, and at the time of recording, I've already recorded a video about this, but I don't know if it's been released yet. But we actually will discuss this at length. The embarrassing stunt that Donald Trump pulled. I mean, it's smart. Right, he's right to be worried, but it betrays an insecurity. It betrays a genuine fear that he and the Republicans have about their much looser grip on power than they would want you to believe. It betrays a real weakness, and it also had the added effect of screwing over Elise Stefanik, which is always great. I think that's objectively good. Here's another clip.
Mr. President, I want to say, first of all, happy Women's Month. You do so much for women by, first of all, keeping men out of women's sports, and you platform so many.
That was an easy one. That was crazy.
You platform so many great women, like your Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles. You also have Caroline Leavitt doing a great job as press secretary. Now Alina will be joining as well. Since Democrats seem to struggle answering this question, I wanted to ask you, what is a woman, and why is it important that we...
Okay. This is it. This is the other big glitch. We're gonna bounce it back a little bit. Again, that question, super sycophantic, super pathetic. People should be making fun of that loser. That same loser asking that question would never, under any circumstances, tolerate a similarly sycophantic question from a liberal reporter to a Democratic president, nor should he, right? But he's okay kissing Trump's ass like this in a really gross fashion. But again, let's get back to it, okay? Since Democrats have a hard time.
That was crazy.
You've platformed so many great women, like your Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles. You also have Caroline Leavitt doing a great job as press secretary. Now Alina will be joining as well. Since Democrats seem to struggle answering this question, I wanted to ask you, what is a woman, and why is it important that we understand the difference between men and women?
Well, it's sort of easy to answer for me, because a woman is somebody that can have a baby under certain circumstances. She has a quality A woman is a person who's much smarter than a man, I've always found. A woman is a person that doesn't give a man even a chance of success. And a woman's a person that in many cases has been treated very badly, because I think that what happens with this crazy issue of men being able to play in women's sports is...
That was absolutely humiliating. Absolutely humiliating. So, since Democrats suck at answering this question, Mr. President, what's a woman? And you can just see him die inside. Oh, I'm not good with definitions. A woman is someone who has a baby. What about women who can't have baby? What about biological females, since that's what the right typically says? That's all a woman includes, just a biological female person who is signed female at birth, okay? What if they are incapable of having children? It happens. It's quite common. That's why IVF is such a big deal, and other alternative means of conception. Why you need that surrogacy, things like that. Are they women? And he just, like, what the guy was looking for, what the reporter was looking for, is he wanted Trump to say an adult female human. That's it. 3 words. Adult female human. That's all you had to do to get the right-wing approach, to get the right-wing gotcha question answered. And he totally shit the bed on it. Embarrassing, humiliating. And people should be making fun. Like, your gotcha, your own cult leader can't answer your own gotcha. Pathetic, terrible, disastrous public event at the swearing in of Alina Habba, woefully unqualified for this new position. But that's the Trump administration for you. Favoritism, nepotism, cronyism, all in one, the likes of which we've never seen. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.